What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS, as we continue to explore the latest new musical flavour worldwide. We are back inside the building, once again, exploring the sounds of Diamond Platnumz. He's had a brand new single drop, and I tell you what, he has been tearing it up in regards to dropping new music recently. A ton of new singles. Unfortunately, we have reacted to loads of them, but a lot of them have been blocked by YouTube. I think it's because the tunes are slightly longer. I'm really hoping that this one doesn't get blocked instantaneously, and we are able to get this one up on the channel, because it looks really exciting. It's just an official lyric video for now. It goes by the name of My Baby. But yeah, I'm excited to check this one out, and you guys have already been on to me about checking it out, even though it only dropped literally yesterday morning. So, without further ado, we are going to jump into this one. As always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all that good stuff. Don't forget, we are now approaching 70,000 subscribers, and we can get there with your help, so please do get involved. Right, without further ado, let's see how this one's sounding. Let's go. Unusual combination of horn sounds on this.
When I look in your eyes, all I see is paradise. Give me your hands right now.
So immediately, I'm loving that kind of shimmer that we're getting off the snare sound. There's almost like this sort of like ping pong delay going on, where you've kind of got this sort of sound, and it just gives the wooden element of that snare sound something a little bit more kind of interesting to listen to. It has this kind of feedback, this slapback idea that works really nicely in regards to the rhythm. Instrumental wise, this one's a little bit odd because you have got those sort of floating horn sounds, giving it something a little bit different. The overall feel of the tune is quite kind of airy and floaty, but then you've got Diamond Platnumz vocal running through the middle, which just gives it that sort of classic oomph that you expect to hear on a Diamond Platnumz tune. So it's an interesting combination of elements so far.
Taste your sweet fire. Me wanna look in your eyes and say nakupenda. I wanna hold you tight from the morning till the night. Oh, auntie, when you touch me, all I can see is your love. Put it on me, while your body.
Immediately, this is what I love about Diamond Platnumz, his ability to switch rhythms, his ability to interchange his vocal style without the tune losing any momentum and actually gaining momentum by doing so. It's a really unique skill set that he has. Again, he has this really delicate voice when he wants to. Lots of melody. I've seen him perform live. I've been lucky enough to be able to do that. I went to his EP launch last year, and it was really interesting just hearing how well his vocal translates to a live setting. He's got a fantastic vocal range, even when you take away any electronic elements. So hearing him able to be hearing him being able to utilize that on a tune like this, which is quite kind of full, kind of in regards to the instrumentation, it's really interesting.
Baby, you're amazing. Auntie, when you touch me, all I can see is your love. More you not see, so now I see. Meshamu, you go be my baby, be my honey, my baby, be my sugar, my baby. Be my lady, oh my babe. You go be my babe, my babe. Be my honey.
Really nice use of woodwind and sort of similar kind of area elements going on in this one as well. You're getting to hear quite a breathy vocal from Platnumz, and that's almost mirrored in the call and response we're hearing from that kind of woodwind element in the background, that kind of woo sort of sound that floats away in the background. It gives it this additional kind of mystic touch. And again, it really does kind of tie into the idea of this tune being really emotional, which it is. It's called My Baby. Obviously, there's an emotional level to that right from the jump. And you can hear that kind of quiver in Platnumz vocal actually mimicking that at the same time.
My babe, be my sugar, my babe. Keep it natural, my babe. Oh yeah. I'm in this journey with you, my woman. Oh. My baby, my only one. Oh. Loving only you, my mukwano. Kwa chana tuzi kwe labda. So
just on a note on the low end of this tune as well, there's a lot of elements going on with the bass line itself, a real kind of potent kind of a lot of rise and fall. The bass line itself is just kind of jittering up and down, and it allows Platnumz above that to kind of, again, utilize that sense of rhythm that we've been hearing, constantly switching the rhythmic pattern. The rest of the tune is actually staying quite similar, and it's his vocal element that's actually kind of keeping you on your toes. That's what brings the originality to the table, which is often true of the majority of Diamond Platnumz tunes we have reviewed, to be fair.
Basi nimewahirisha kwa uwezo wake Mola, amina. Auntie, when you touch me, all I can see is your love. Put it on me, want your body, oh my baby, you're amazing. Auntie, when you touch me, all I can see is your love.
It's a cool idea with the ad-libs as well. The fact we're hearing that kind of, yeah, and then suddenly it overlaps, it becomes part of the main vocal. It's almost like you had two different streams running at the same time, and then as they move further and further forward, they start to intertwine and they become one. Really, really nice use of overdubs there, and smart as well, because there's a way of everything being tied together. Vocally, this is a very impressive performance from Platnumz, because not necessarily because he goes into like the craziest actual vocal detail, but the fact he does so many different things and they all make sense together. Cohesion is actually a really difficult skill when it comes to layering vocals, and he's done a fantastic job specifically in that department. The instrumental itself isn't my favourite. I definitely think there's tunes that I've heard Platnumz on that have, I don't know, a bit more of a catchy nature, that he's able to maybe express his catchier side a little bit more, but this one just feels like a tune that you sing along to, and it feels like not necessarily a filler tune, but it feels like a tune that is more based on him feeling a certain way at a certain time and he wanted to put something down about it. That's the impression that I get.
You go be my babe, be my hand, my babe, be my sugar, my babe, be my lady, oh my babe. You go be my babe, be my hand, my babe, be my sugar, my babe. Keep it natural, my babe.
Really nice, man. Again, just hearing how the tune has progressed, hearing all the different elements coming into play, being able to essentially turn around and say this is Platnumz just playing, realistically. Like, this isn't him going at full pelt. There's no way this is him going at full pelt, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes it can be a little overbearing when an artist goes full kind of wham very, very quickly, especially on a shorter tune like this. I've noticed with Platnumz, he actually gets into his more creative bag, his more kind of expressive bag, the longer the tune goes on. But I think this is still a solid piece of work. You can hear that R&B influence in there. You can hear the emotional influence in there, and yeah, it's another solid one to add to his collection. I think he's had maybe 4 singles out in the last month or so, so he is cooking something right now. Nothing quite like dissonant horns to bring you back down to earth. But there we go. The sounds of Diamond Platnumz on that one with My Baby, an official lyric video. Very interesting stuff indeed. I do like this. It's definitely not my favourite Platnumz tune. The instrumental does throw me off a little bit. Again, those dissonant horns are a bit like, okay, where are we going this? I don't think the instrumental actually does much. I think Platnumz does the majority, and normally in situations you can kind of go, that's been done on purpose so that Platnumz can be expressive. In this one, Platnumz isn't particularly overly expressive. He allows the tune to have an idea. He allows it to have a storyline, and he does that with his vocal. But when you're listening, it doesn't kind of go in 1,000 different directions, which you're kind of expecting to hear. It does go in a lot of directions, but it doesn't go in as many because the instrumental is so plain. There's only so many places it can go. But for what it is, it's solid, and that's what I'll say. There we go. The sounds of Diamond Platnumz, My Baby. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments section down below. I'm very keen to hear what you guys are thinking about it. And as always, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well. Leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. Man, they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cam TV. Stay locked.